Ever seen a better pitched game where he comes up with a loss? A lot of zeros out there.
Yeah, I thought TJ Oaks did a great job of competing. You know, they had a lot of opportunities to score some runs. The first inning was key. You know, generally, if you're going to get some of the starters, the good starters on Friday, you got to get them early before they settle in. And TJ was able to get himself out of that first inning jam with the bases loaded. And I thought Kurt Schlang did a really nice job back there calling the game. He picked the base runner off on the run through and threw out a base stealer, a couple of base stealers, and you know, I think the game obviously is changing with the new bat standard. You're going to need some players like that because there's going to be games like this. And you know, you had a liberal strike zone. You had a pretty liberal strike zone out there today for both sides, and I think that was a factor in the amount of offense, no question about it. But that was a strike zone, and he called strikes, and guys went up there. We just couldn't score. We couldn't score hipping up. I mean, we swung early. We tried to defend against. Getting the two strikes against him, we just couldn't score anything up against him. Guys are having a hard time timing him up, and it's got a funky delivery, and they're having a hard time tracking, picking up the ball. And he's one of those funky left-handers, and he did a nice job. And of course, Billy Sullivan made us once again came out of the bullpen and did a very nice job. So we're going to have games like this with the new bat standard. So you better be able to play defense and. You know, so people are going to run. Iowa likes to run. They want to put pressure on you. They're going to keep doing it the rest of the series, and we're going to have to be prepared to handle that part of their game.
You guys couldn't buy a hit for most of that game. What was so difficult about Hip and his? He had late movement?
He had late movements. You know, he turned the fastball over sometimes. He threw in enough.
Okay. He
couldn't just sit on one side of the plate. He was able to throw the fastball in. Threw a few more breaking balls later in the game, but his changeup has to sink and run, and it's just guys like that can't cheat on one side of the plate or another because he's able to throw enough fastball strikes in his liberal zone in there. So you crowded the plate, he was able to get up underneath your hands, and so you know, guys, they can pitch to both sides of the plate. The velocity is not the thing; it's whether you can locate the both sides and keep people, you know, from gaining an advantage on one side or the other. And we were able to do that against them.
You touched on how many base runners you guys have raced. Do you credit TJ for keeping them close, or is that gone Kurt for mowing some of those guys down and even cutting the guy down at the plate?
Well, you saw TJ had a competitive move. He threw it over there. We kept the guys from getting good jumps. You know, he was able to slide step something quick enough to the plate. You know, we pitched out one time and threw a guy out, so we guessed right on the pitch out. So, but the pitcher's got to give the catcher a chance. He's got to get the ball to the plate in a quick enough time so we can throw him out. But the pitcher's also got to do his job in trying to slow the runner down so he doesn't get a big jump. And I thought we did both those things well.
AJ moving down to third in the order after batting lead off. Why the change?
He's been our most consistent hitter. He's put together the best at bats, and he's just trying to get the guy in the third hole. He's had some, give him a few more RBI chances, and somebody in front of Nick. Maybe we can get on base. And I don't know. Just still trying to find some people around, and I don't know what we'll do tomorrow. I'll have to sleep on it and see what happens.
Okay. You just mentioned earlier that you were looking for some protection at the bottom with O'Shea. Do you think Pugh can handle that role?
Well, just went on last year. He had been pretty good last year, and so I went out there. He's been swinging good lately. Yeah, Matt has. He's been an RBI guy last year for us, 20 doubles, and I know it was a different bat, but he's had better at bats lately. You know, so we moved him up underneath there, and like I said, we'll see what we do tomorrow. We have another left-handed pitcher, different type of pitcher, but I don't know. We'll see what we're going to do tomorrow.
Okay, giving a look at Lederman in the DH, what do you think of his at-bats today?
Well, he went up there and he swung, he put the ball in play. You know, he hasn't played at all. He only had 8 at-bats coming in today, and just trying to give everybody a chance, just looking for some more offense, and haven't had many non-conference games to give him that chance. So, you know, decided to throw him out there and see what he could do this weekend.
I want to touch on your midweek game here, too. I didn't get a chance to catch up with you afterwards. Tukey and Rasmussen kind of destroying that game, pitched pretty well. Are those guys that can help you out with the thin bullpen here the rest of the week?
Tukey's pitched pretty good for us this year. He's come along, he's got a good arm. Yeah, we're going to need everybody.
Okay.
Ras, I thought, threw the ball better, and you know, we had a bad inning there in the third inning, I think it was. Put Tim Ryan in the game to try to just get us through that inning, and you got you got the first guy out on the first pitch. We got the 0-2. We hit a guy. He gave up the big hit. We went blown double off the fence on an 0-2 pitch. He left in the zone, and just trying to get him through the inning and go through Tukey. It didn't work out. And gave up the big number. We had chances to get back into our bullpen. Gave us a chance, and we couldn't get another big inning. We couldn't get another crooked inning up there, but it was unfortunate we didn't win that inning. I thought overall the bullpen pitched good. Snelton hasn't pitched in 3 weeks, and whatever. And, you know, his command was so too.
You guys mentioned that Iowa really likes to run and they like to bunt too. I think the key to the series the rest of the way is controlling that running game when they do get on the bases.
Yeah, that'll be a factor, and they'll continue to do that. So we're going to have to be alert here and have to be prepared for it. We're going to have to occasionally keep honest and with pitch selection, what we throw in certain counts and pitch out or whatever. We're going to have to pay attention here and identify the guys that like to do those things and see if we can't counter that with some of our
Great job, Mark.
Thanks a lot, Coach.